is up? We're here in, I have no idea. We're in some, where are we?
License plate.
Where are we?
Amishville.
Yeah. We're in like Amish town, something or other here, and for JB's Toy Show. So we're gonna go check it out. Everybody's coming in early. They got bags, they got stuff. Everybody's excited. So let's go see what we can find. So here we are back to another JB's Toy Show. It feels like it's been 100 years since I went to the last JB's Toy Show.
Yeah, I don't know why it seems like it's been so long, but it's good to be back.
Yes, and right off the bat we saw my dad on a pennant.
Yes.
Right there, which is always good. Right, it's a sign of a good toy show when he's right at the front door.
Yes.
And a Godzilla. You must see a Godzilla to know you went to a good toy show.
And a Jaws game.
And a Jaws game. Jaws is a requirement, or just the Godzilla?
Godzilla's a requirement,
Yeah.
but Jaws is just the cherry on top.
I agree, but these are always fun shows.
Agreed.
That's odd. Different.
$5.
That's different. How much is that guy?
$10 from that one.
Weird balls.
And we'll just do this. Thank you very much again.
Focus on my owl.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
I had never seen a small Oculus Orbis before. I loved Oculus Orbis when I was a little kid, but you know, the full size one. And so to see a tiny one, I was like, wow, that's different. I know they made so many knockoffs and stuff, but I hadn't seen that one before, so that was a must. And that angry football that
Yes.
drove us crazy for the rest of the day and wound up in the trunk.
Yeah, we just put it in the back seat with the bags, thinking it'd be no big deal, but then after hitting a few bumps and it screaming unexpectedly, it wound up in the trunk. But there's a lot of cool stuff in this case.
Oh yeah, this was a great. This vendor had amazing stuff, and I went back for another Drac deal, as you'll see in a second.
That one's 60.
That's awesome.
That's 74? Yeah, almost positive 74. You're older than me. But finding them, good luck.
Those are cool.
Oh, he's cool. How much is that guy?
The spitballs are 20 each, either with Dracula or that one. 5 each, any of those. We also have a box
Yeah,
inside.
a lot of neat little trinkets. And little Bigfoots.
I'm close.
Yeah, let me show you the back of it. It's cool to get what's on the back. Oh yeah, definitely your instructions and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, you just don't see them anymore on the card. Yeah, 74. Yeah, kick it around. You know what I mean? This is only the second time I've had it out, so.
It's got great graphics.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah. You buy it when you see it.
I know. It took me about 30 seconds before I realized I had to have that. I was like, it's a vampire kit. It's the early Imagineering stuff. It's got the vampire blood in it. I mean, Dark Red Dracula. I mean, come on, I had to have that.
It was made for you.
It was. I had to have that piece. The artwork's great on that, and I was in love with it. I knew I would regret it if I didn't grab that, so glad I did. That was my favorite thing I bought this day.
Yeah, you went to the next aisle and you stopped, ran back, and grabbed it.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if it was too early or what I was thinking that I didn't just get it immediately, but...
Your thoughts were lagging a bit, but you got it. That's the important thing.
That's it. I got it. I grabbed it, and I'm psyched to have that. So shout out to that vendor who did a great job selling that to me.
Yeah.
He was like, the time to buy it's when you see it. And I'm like, you know what? I live by that motto. I got to buy it now.
He got you. So if you ever want him to buy something from you, just say that to him. You might get him.
That's true. That's true. But he was right. Incredible edibles.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Great hacks. Micro machines. Single bags. Smurfs.
Good morning, guys.
How you doing?
What's up?
Good to see you guys.
How you doing?
And that, of course, is our friend Chris. It's good to see him again. We actually, if you watched our last video where we went to the Winter Fever Toy Show, he was there too. He's got a lot of cool stuff as usual. And the cool thing about going to toy shows like this that are a little bit more off the path, you see some other vendors too that you don't normally see too often.
Off the path. I like that. I like the off the path toy shows.
Well, it's very off. It's a very Amish area.
There's a cowboy of Moo Mesa.
Yes, those are cute.
Yeah. No,
I didn't know they existed.
They're great.
And while we were actually standing there, somebody bought it.
Oh,
So it
really?
was- yeah. So
Yeah, you don't see them very often.
No, I don't think I've ever seen one. Period. So it's got to be pretty uncommon.
Yeah, and one thing, I mean, you're right about the shows that are a little out of the way and you know, in different areas. You do see different vendors, which is always cool. You meet new people, you find new stuff, and that's one of the beauties of traveling and going to different toy shows. We've met some amazing people along the way, traveling all around the country, basically, at this point,
Yeah.
to hit all the different toy shows we can, and have met some pretty amazing people, made some great friends, and found some amazing stuff for the collection.
Yes. So if you have any cool toy shows by you, let us know about them, and we'll do our best to come check them out.
Yeah, and you can find Skeletor radios. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
I mean, if you're going to listen to the radio, you might as well get a Skeletor one.
Yeah, that's way cool. I know, I love all the neat little trinkets. That's my favorite stuff, the little weird stuff, like that vendor had, where it was like all the little Dracula and Frankenstein spitballs and all the weird.
Yeah.
I remember having a Freddy Krueger one.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they had like a Freddy and Jason, I think, little spitballs thing. Those were great.
Yeah, those are neat little horror trinkets.
I remember leaving them in my cousin's pool.
Oh, no.
And then what happened was, I can remember going over a couple days later, and they had gotten mold in them.
Oh,
And I
crap.
remember, just squirted out, and it
No.
went mold all over the face,
Oh,
all over
no.
his face. Yeah, it must have been more than a couple days. Maybe to me it was, could have been a couple weeks.
Yeah,
There's some cool stuff.
I know, pool toys got really gross really fast.
They did. You couldn't leave stuff in the pool.
No, you couldn't. And you're your kid, you don't get that. You're just
think-
like, it's fine, it's immortal.
I think those were like mail order catalogs for old toys that you could order. Like it was probably somebody's like mail order business. Because I was looking at some of the prices in there, and there was like a couple of like AHIs that were listed in there, and it was like $40. I'm like, what?
Don't you wish you could just go back?
It is grody to the max.
I remember hearing that.
I think my cousin used to say that.
Yeah, it wasn't like my generation, but I remember hearing like older cousins saying that, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember my older cousins, grody to the max, and rad.
Rad. These are cool though. They're like the little cards that go in the front of the little quarter machines where you get like the weird little toys.
Oh yeah, that's great. Like the goop was like the slime stuff, and I remember it came in like neon colors.
Yes.
That stuff was the best. I can remember my brother eating that once.
Why does that not surprise me?
Yeah, it's
Did
funny
you tell
'cause
him to
he's
eat
a
it?
genius kid, but like when he was little, he was off the rails. He really was.
Yeah, all the stories that you've told me of you guys growing up, I'm like, how did you guys survive your childhood? Especially him.
I got so many great stories. My brother, he was nuts. He'd throw things out. He was crazy. Let's just leave it at that. But I remember one time he ate goop, and I was like, "What did you do?" He's like,
It
don't
probably
know.
looked good.
probably did. I mean, neon pink goop. I don't know. I'd try it. I didn't, but I would.
You figured you'd let him try it first, see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. Hopefully, the stuff was non-toxic.
You're like, he'll eat it. He'll be fine.
Maybe that's why he has a tail today.
That would explain it.
Tons of cool little things in here.
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. I know. See, now I'm looking at it.
I know. It's like you watch it back in hindsight and you realize how many cool little things you skipped over.
Yeah, JB's Toy Show. Great time, always fun, and shout out to everybody who came up and said they watched the channel.
Yes,
we
thank you.
appreciate you guys so much, and appreciate talking to you. You guys are all great.
Oh my God.
Are all the Freddy ones good, or is it just like this particular
The
one's
steel one
like...
is the particularly good one. The other ones run like 50 to 75.
Oh, okay.
But that one is the big one. And I don't understand. It must have been short run. It had to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, they probably did. And then there's like those ones that they're always like the later ones that when it's kind of fizzling out that they just don't really produce enough.
These were great to see. I hadn't seen these in years. I have a couple of them, but half the ones in here I had never seen. I remember seeing these in Showcase Cinemas up in Seekonk, Massachusetts, and my cousins used to have a ton of these. all over the notebooks. I can remember like one of my cousins used to stick them on his big wheel. The front of the big wheel had a few of them because they were like prisms and they look cool in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I didn't recognize half of these. I remember I was way into Freddy Krueger when I was a little kid, so I'd wanted all the Freddy ones, but stuff like that, like Phantom of the Mall, I wouldn't have wanted, or, different, I would have wanted just the primary guys. I don't think I even knew what Phantom of the Mall was.
Come get you to show you these. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. I have a few of those.
That's what I was wondering. Like, I don't know. Yeah. These are from his personal collection. He just brought them out. This one's cool, too.
They're all out of my personal collection.
Check this out, though. He's saying this, like, this one particular Freddy one goes for, like, crazy
It's
money.
insane.
Is it?
It's the most
this
expensive
one.
horror one I've found yet. One just sold on eBay, I think, for $450.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's one, and there's only been 2 listed in the last year. The other one's up for $550. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones in here. Like, got the Freddys. I did, like, a video of them, like, kind of more close up. But
These are pretty cool to see. I always love seeing these. These were called infaceables. And now most of them, the flesh of the face has rotted away, so now they're all like skull figures.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they were just like neat figures, like, just one of those lines that came in really quick and then disappeared just as much. So, and you don't see them as much anymore, so I love seeing those. Those are great.
And I love seeing dogs at toy shows.
Yeah, this little guy was amazing.
She actually, I think I remember her from the last time we were at JB's, and she's just a total sweethart.
I know. Look
She's
at
so
it.
cute.
It's ridiculous. This was a mascot I'd never seen before. Champion Auto Stores. Champ Man. I don't know. I thought he was great.
There's some crazy mascots out there.
Yep, I'd seen them. Always a good time at JB's.
So, he's got this weird football thing that he picked up at the toy show that every time he hits a bump, it screams. You can hear it back here somewhere. I think it's in one of those bags. It's gonna be a long day hearing that thing scream the whole drive because we've got a lot more stops to make. Next up, Lancaster.
Cool is this? Look at this. Stan's Records. There's new hours in 2023. Is this even still open? I don't know. I don't know. That's cool, though. You can tell this place has been here forever.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, just in the signage is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's so 60s.
I love the sign up there. I think that's great.
Yep, of course. This is what I wanted to see right here.
Now, if you came here way back in the day, you could have come to see Kerma's Ghost Party. Right here. At the Fulton Theater. What are you doing? Yeah, that is cool. And then if you stop here at the Stan's Records, you can go over there. The Romeo and Juliet's.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna have an adult store in a theater neighborhood, you gotta kind of stick with the Shakespearean theme. So, I guess an A for effort.
You look like you're going to work in there.
Shut up. Oh. Probably warm in there at least.
This right here is the original King Theater. Which is now King Theater Apartments. How cool. But But now it's apartments. So that's amazing. Oh, it's senior housing. It's cool though.
Alright, that's definitely the coolest looking prison I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah, that doesn't.
who thought it needed to look like a castle? That's awesome. And this is the Route 30 Diner. This is a place that we like to stop at for breakfast whenever we're in the Lancaster area. They have a lot of, obviously, breakfast classics, but they're known for their hubcap pancake. Now, it's too big for me, so I don't get it anymore, but it's ridiculous. It's bigger than the plate. But there's Andy's breakfast with some eggs over easy and some hash browns, and I got a big chocolate chip pancake because I'm a 5-year-old. But it was delicious. This is actually part of Lincoln Highway here, and this is one of the little stops that a lot of people make. It's Dutch Haven, and it's really cool.
You can get a shoe fly pie.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd eat a shoe fly pie.
What's up? Where are we?
We are at Cackleberry Farms in Lancaster, Paradise or Bird in Hand. Let's go
All right.
see if they have any cool stuff.
Let's go check it out. I don't know if this is Paradise or Bird in Hand. I saw both right next to each other on the same street, so could be either one. Bird in Hand. I don't know what a cackleberry is, but I'm gonna try to find out. So here we are back at Cackleberry Farm. We love this place. Great shop, well curated, well lit up. Always a good time and always fun stuff to see. I mean, right off the bat when you come in, there's nice beautiful glass cases that have amazing stuff, and it goes all the way in the back, and all the vendors have really cool stuff. It's a great shop. If you're in the Lancaster area, highly recommend stopping there and checking this one out. It's a cool place.
Definitely, and if you collect different holidays, whether it's Halloween or Christmas, they have a lot of really great stuff to choose from.
Yeah, they got you covered in here. And I know some of you guys have been complaining about the Santas. I know, but I love Santa Claus, just like I love Halloween. To me, all year is cool to look at this stuff and find it. I don't do the I can only like this at certain times of the year thing. I mean, I like this stuff all year round.
It's always fun.
I do. That's it. So you're always going to see these things in the videos. You're always going to see Halloween in February and Christmas in July.
But we do have some Valentine's stuff in this
Yeah,
episode.
Valentine's
so
too.
we are still sticking to,
Yeah.
what time of the year it is. So you're going to see some funny Valentines that we're looking through here soon. But it's always cool to see Rosboro Santas.
Yeah. I have a collection of, I don't know, not too many Valentines, maybe like 25 of them or so. But it's just the monster ones, the ones that have ghosts and Frankenstein and, the spooks and goops and ghosts and goblins.
They're hard to find.
What the heck's a goop?
I don't know. But apparently you have a Valentine with one on it.
I'm gonna have to check that.
Yeah, I want to see which one that is.
Want to see the goopy one?
Yeah, the goopy one.
There's some neat stuff here. Already seen some stuff. I like the Rosboro Easter stuff. I got a little. I don't have any of it. I didn't because I'm like I can't. I just can't. But I do like seeing it.
You know what? I never really see that. I mean, right there is the Valentine's ones, but you really don't see those too often.
No. The Valentine's ones rarely ever turn up. You just don't see them anywhere near as much as the Christmas. Which is funny. I would have thought, you'd... Well, I mean, maybe because it wasn't... Kids didn't get them as much as, say, a Christmas one. Or Easter. I mean, Easter, they probably wound up in Easter baskets. Christmas, they wound up in stockings. Like, Valentine's was more about, Valentine cards as opposed to little...
And Christmas ones you could put on the tree, so they had a little bit more functionality. So it makes sense that there's a ton more of those.
That Galaxy magazine has got great cover art.
It does.
I don't know if that's a...
That was a little leprechaun.
Yes.
So we've got
Yes,
pretty
it
much
was.
every holiday covered in here.
Here's some Ratfinks.
Always good to see Ratfink.
I know. I love Ratfink. I love the early stuff. There's your Galaxy guys.
I love these. I want to buy, you can get full cases. I think there was like a find of them. And you can get the empty bottles with the case. The case has amazing box art on it too that I want to get.
Yeah, I think it was in Maryland that they found a whole warehouse filled with them.
I know. I gotta stop waiting, and I gotta pick up one of them boxes before they're hard to get, because I love those. I think that, it's just like the perfect space age display, you know, advertising stuff. It
Yeah,
crosses a lot of boxes.
sometimes the warehouse finds do dry up. People think, oh, well, there's a warehouse find, so there's no big deal. But sometimes they do. I mean, there was a warehouse find, not warehouse, but an attic find of like Lincoln Monsters carded.
Yeah.
And now the price is higher than it's ever been for those. And for a while, you could get a set for way less than you can even touch one of them now.
Yes, so definitely heed that bit of advice if you've learned nothing else here.
They haven't learned anything.
I mean, hopefully you guys learned. I mean, we've shown you some cool stuff. Hopefully you've learned a few things. But, we're here for entertainment.
The thing I like too about a lot of these cases sometimes is, certain things will trigger off those memories where you go, oh my God, I forgot about that. That's one thing I like the most about antique stores is because everything is displayed in cases and you can take your time. It's not like the flea market where at the flea market, it's literally a rush. It's like you got to speed through that. You can take the time here and look at these beautiful ladies, Madonna prophylactics. I don't even know where those came from.
I don't know if that's a trigger word on here, but we'll find out, I guess. Got some cool lunch boxes.
This is great.
Tin gator.
But that's the thing, in antique stores, you could take your time. Like that, like I'm doing here, I'm like looking at, oh, look, that's cool. Oh, that's different. You couldn't do this at a flea market.
No.
At a flea market, you got seconds because there's 10 other people that are looking for the same stuff standing right next to you.
Oh, yeah, they're right behind you, and they're ready to just push you out of the way and buy it. So.
Yeah, it's much different.
Here's some cool Valentines that we were looking through. I love looking through a little box of Valentines, so any chance I get. Now, I like kind of the 50s ones, obviously, are going to appeal to me the most. I think those had the best graphics.
Yeah, I mean, 40s, 50s, 60s, I mean, those were by far, I agree with you. I love the artwork of that time. I love the mascots, the packaging, all of the stuff from that era. Because usually a lot of times you'll see a lot of space stuff. You'll see a lot of, like, whimsical stuff.
Yes.
That's a good word.
Whimsical. And some monsters, and then
and
some
monsters,
that have
of
some
course, yeah.
pretty crazy innuendos.
Yes, yes, and that's one thing that you love the innuendo Valentines, which I think is great.
The innuendo ones, and obviously, like any monsters, like you saw the wolf one, that one, definitely is one that I picked up. And, just any that have, like, really cute graphics on them, too. And I like the ones that, like, they have, like, there's a little Hawaiian girl one in here where it folds out, and she's got, like, a little, the little lei and, like, the little grass skirt on, and that's cute.
Yeah, well, a couple of times, though, I'll see some things that bum me out. I saw one that had a kid's name in it, and it said, "Please like me."
Oh, geez.
And I was like, oh, man, I hope that kid, like, I hope he scored. I know it was like the third grade, but I still hope
I'm sure he eventually did. I have faith in him.
I hope so.
But,
I hope so.
But yeah, I mean, it's Valentine's, for previous generations anyway. It was a fragile time in school.
Oh my God,
there was a
brutal.
lot of pressure. Like, now it's like, I think they call it like Friends Day in school or something like that.
Oh, really? They did away with Valentine's Day?
So that they didn't have the soul-crushing experiences that our generation and before had.
Yeah. I mean, will you let me beat out all the others? Valentine's is great.
You got me collared. Toodaloo.
I know.
Some of these just had me cracking up. You kept showing me these ones like, yo, look at this one. And we'd just be cracking up in the store.
I know. I like that these were all dated, though.
Yeah, this vendor dated a lot of them.
That was
which is
great
cool.
that they had the dates on them. I'm like, wow, that's cool. You can literally, pinpoint exactly when they're from, which I thought was awesome. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, Valentine's Day, I remember when I was a kid, it was probably the most nerve-wracking day of the year because if you didn't get any Valentines, then you knew you were like either the stinky kid or the weird kid or
which one am I?
You found out on Valentine's Day.
You found out too much about yourself on Valentine's Day. So you hope to come to school and, your little Valentine's Day mailbox that you made with popsicle sticks and glitter and pom-poms. You hope that it had a lot of Valentines in it. And seeing a lot of names on these gives me hope.
You know what? I'm glad they don't do that no more. Kids shouldn't have to go through that.
It was crushing.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a thing because, like, I like these old Valentines. But, yeah, kids took it too seriously. It's like, why? Just give one to everyone in the class. What's the problem?
And if you look at, like, the sayings on them, too, it's like a lot of, like, serious sayings. Like,
Yeah.
I love you more than anything. I'm aiming to be your Valentine. Like,
Yeah, and it's like there's like 30 kids in this class, and I don't even know half of them. Like,
I know.
the pressure's there. Like, which one am I going to give them?
Because
This was a cool find.
yeah, that's a great one.
We picked that
That's
one
a
up.
great one. But that's the thing. Like, you wouldn't want everybody to be your Valentine. You would just want like your specific Valentine.
Yeah, there was
So
like that
were-
one person in class that you were like kind of hoping. And this is for you was a no booth.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if they had Valentines, it would just be like, little things that said, you aight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got the Riz.
Yeah. Yeah. Be a totally different experience.
Skibbity Ohio toilet Riz Valentine. Like, it's actually a really good thing they stopped doing that,
Yeah.
actually.
There's some great stuff in here. I've bought some stuff from this vendor before. I remember buying a Quisp, one of those little rubber Quisp. It's not a dog toy. It's a squeaky toy.
Oh, yeah.
A squeaky toy Quisp out of this booth before. But there's always cool stuff here. You got to look through. This is one of those booths you got to like, all right, dig through. Because
Yeah.
there's stuff behind stuff that's around other stuff. But always neat things.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a great
definitely.
collection of the
There's a
bobbleheads.
Quisp.
Yeah, there he is. There's
Quisp
one of them.
bobblehead, actually.
Yep.
It's like you willed it into existence.
Right. That's product placement right there.
Yes. It's like we meant to do that.
He's got some great Funko. I remember like those were huge. Those I don't know if they're wacky wobblers but they were great. They had like every single character. This is way before Funko Pops.
Yeah, this is what they
like,
did originally, right?
I think this was the first thing that Funko collectors collected was these wacky wobblers.
I like them way more than Pops. I really wish they would have stuck with those.
They made a lot of great ones. There's a lot of really cool ones. Characters that they didn't make into Pops later. Stuff like
yeah.
Reddy Kilowatt. A lot of mascots
yeah.
that they didn't remake into Pops and stuff. So they are cool. I like those.
There's definitely some great stuff in here.
I love this old advertisement right here. Any of these old classic 50s era advertisements are just fantastic. Look at the old Trix box. That's like before the Trix Rabbit
I know, it's so cute.
with the pumpkin on it. It's just great.
It is really, really adorable.
Some of these booths too, you gotta like look behind other things and you find cool stuff. And I realize they gotta jam pack as much as possible
Yeah.
into their spaces. There's Betty Page.
Always good to see Betty Page.
Always good to see Betty Page.
And more wrappings.
Jim Warren loves Betty Page.
That's true. He, according to him, he spent some time with her that he enjoyed very much.
I know, that lucky
To the
son
point that
of a-
he was blushing quite a bit when we brought her up.
I
So
know, I've never been more jealous of a man in my life. Look at all these various wrappings. They're cool.
a lot of cool ones. That's cool. Little xylophone, an old rocking horse. Yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff in here, and I of course had noticed the little Santas in the cabinet here.
Yeah, I had never on the right side over there was that giant. It was new.
Yeah.
But I was looking at all these and I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of vintage Santas in here. So I thought for a second that what was that big one? I thought it was like a big Rosbro Santa. I was like, oh my God, is that old? If
Yeah, that
it
would
is,
be
I gotta have
amazing.
it. But unfortunately, it was like a newer release. Not unfortunately, still cool.
Yeah, still very
but
cool.
it wasn't vintage, so I didn't take it home.
True. That little ghost thing is so cute. I'm gonna buy one of them one day.
I think Avon made those.
Oh, that's
It's like
right.
an Avon thing.
Yeah, Avon made some cute little, little Halloween and Christmas stuff.
I don't know much about Avon. I just know that, like, I guess it was prizes or giveaways. They used to
I think
have
a lot of them were,
Avon
like,
parties.
Perfume bottles.
I had always thought Avon parties were like swinger parties. I really had no idea. I didn't know anything when I was a kid. That's what I thought.
You would have showed up very confused. Here's a Ranger Rick who would have also been very confused at the Avon party.
Is that his name, Ranger Rick?
Yeah, it's Ranger Rick. I found out that day, actually, so I can't be acting like I know a whole bunch of stuff. But,
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I don't know
it's
anything.
Ranger Rick. He's a raccoon.
I don't know anything
He's so
about
cute.
Ranger Rick.
He's adorable, though. That's all you need to know.
One thing I find fascinating, though, like if you just seen that, it was like a coffee and tea play set. It amazes me the stuff that kids would play with and be, excited to get or fascinated by enough to play with. Can you imagine today, like giving a kid, like, here's some fake plastic coffee and tea sets?
They'd be like, ew, take me to Starbucks.
yeah, like
I want real coffee, and I want Starbucks. It's like, you're 4. Like, I don't know. We were raised different.
yeah,
a lot different.
It amazes me how the imagination was on kids back then.
Yeah, I mean, we had imaginations growing up. We had to. We didn't have
these,
screens.
These toys are from way before our time.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, we grew up in the Nintendo generation.
Yeah.
You really can't say
We
had...
still had stuff to do. We could play video games. There was a lot of cool cartoons and shows to watch. But back then, you really had to use your imagination.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Jaws.
I don't think I've ever seen the Jaws 8-track.
No.
So that definitely caught my attention.
No, yeah, that was the first time I'd ever seen that.
OCD, gotta put it back
It's
where
good.
it was.
It's good. You know, being short, you can get down there low and
Yeah, you could see all the high up stuff, and I see the stuff on the
you
lower
can drop it
shelves.
low, as
Drop
they
it
say,
low.
as the kids say these days. And
And find the Jaws 8-tracks.
Ted's creamy root beer. That's cool. There's a extremely overpriced Kiss lunchbox, but awesome.
Yes.
Always love seeing the Kiss lunchbox.
That's a great lunchbox. Interesting. Love dice. So if you're looking for something to play on Valentine's Day, you
Yeah.
can come over to Cackleberry and pick up the love dice.
Yeah. I don't know. And see, that's another thing. Adults were easily entertained back in the day. I've seen a lot of like adult games and board games and different things. I mean, I don't think adults today would be even interested in playing with dice.
So maybe the Avon parties were what you thought they were. Maybe that's Tupperware parties. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. You don't even want to know about those.
No, I don't. That was a cool Superpowers lunchbox.
Yeah, great artwork. The old lunchboxes were great. Now, this section of the store is almost... This stuff's for sale, but it's almost like museum quality. It's very displayed like a museum would with all the glass cases. And
it's a museum that you can buy from.
so, you know, if you're a G.I. Joe collector or you're into G.I. Joes, this is definitely a spot to check out. You
Absolutely.
know, they might have something that you're looking for. I don't know G.I. Joes at all. I wasn't into G.I. Joes. These are from way before my time. I remember the little ones.
3 3/4 ones.
And even then, I only had a couple, just the ninja ones, because I love ninjas. But outside of that, I had no G.I. Joes. I wasn't into them.
So if you're into the old school G.I. Joes, this is definitely a place that you want to check out, because they have, I would
do
imagine,
love that.
everything.
That Action Man Gargon box is
that's
awesome.
awesome.
I love the artwork on that.
That is really cool.
And but I know a lot of people collect this stuff, so again, if you're in the market for it, it's worth swinging by and checking it out.
Even if you just want to look at it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I just like seeing it anyway,
Yeah.
even though it's not for me or not my interest. It's still cool to see. And these are old shipping boxes right here. These really fascinate me that they still survive.
Yeah.
You know, like when you start seeing the shipping boxes, it's like, wow, I'm amazed. You know, when you see that kind of stuff, because that's the first thing that got thrown out. I mean, I worked at Toys R Us forever.
Yeah, you wanted that stuff out of the way.
That was the first thing we did at Toys R Us, was throw out all the shipping cases, put them right in the baler, and off they went. So the fact that shipping cases survive, especially from this long ago, is even more amazing.
That is cool.
There's a Captain Action in the box, which you really don't see too often. And I can remember when I was a kid, Captain Action stuff was like the holy grail of toys. You know, because I would go with my dad to conventions and stuff, and that was what everybody was looking for, was Captain Action stuff. Like, and it was worth a fortune. That stuff, the Super Gals, all that stuff was just like through the roof. And you never saw it. And now I see Captain Action stuff everywhere.
And a hurdy-gurdy.
It's true. That I don't see everywhere. That's a pretty cool piece. I haven't seen that too many places.
I wouldn't know what to do with a hurdy-gurdy, but I've never seen one otherwise.
Well, there's a hurdy-gurdy man. I don't know what he does, but that's a pretty cool dinosaur.
Yeah.
Some old space toys. Love the old space toys.
Space toys are the best.
Yeah, so this is a great section of the store. Definitely worth checking out for sure.
Definitely.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now back to the video.
A lot of really cool stuff in here. And the person that did this book, there's a whole one on snow babies. So, I'll look into that. Yeah, it's got like everything. This one's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff that's in here. Oh, let me forget my phone. Bing Crosby ice cream. Like, I didn't even know that existed. North Pole. That's cute.
Oh, yeah. Look at the Bugs Bunny one.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's always a good day at the antique store when you leave with a bag.
What'd you get?
So I got this. This is super cute. It's a strawberry flip. It's a little Japanese snowman heart strawberry guy. I don't know. He's cute. I had to have it. And got some Valentines. Some cute ones. You saw these in the video, of course, but just to give you a quick little... These are cute. I want to get a good little collection of these going, so... This one especially is really cool. So, really happy to pick this one up especially.
All right.
So, yeah, it's 18 degrees. Let's go.
Cackleberry. It's a great spot. Snackleberry Farm. I don't know if we've had this.
Cackleberry.
Oh, yeah. Snackleberry now.